Hello, Mr. Sofia. I am Laura. Thank you so much for coming. It's my pleasure. Thanks for meeting with me. Of course. Do you have any trouble finding the office? No. The directions on the email were great. Good. Would you like some water of coffee before we begin? Okay, thank you. Alright, so to get started, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Sure. I studied political science at the University of Javeriana Cali and graduated in 2020. After graduation, I did a year in language abroad, and when I returned, I began to work with a political representative in Bogota as part of this team. I worked for a year and a half with him and then turned into working in a foundation for women and children in my hometown of Cali. There were 3 years, a lot of experience, and social support teamwork was essential to form leadership networks and be able to to the construction of public policies for this population. Although my experience in the sports field is not that long, I consider that I developed well in the social field. I like working with people who require help to improve their quality of life, especially if it is through sports. I really like the public sector related to sports organizations. For this reason, I play for the position that you as a sports minister are. That's great. Can you tell me how you hear about this position? Of course, I saw the position in one of their national contests that they published on the minister page. A friend also saw it through her social networks and told me about. What attracted you to our minister? Okay, since I was a little, sport has always been part of my life. I grew up watching soccer, tennis, basketball, and many sports. During my time in the Foundation of Women and Children, we carried out sports activities that encouraged recreation. That's where I realized the type of connection that sport generates. Therefore, one of my biggest dreams is to work directly with the sports ministry to be part of those great social projects that you have. The work team and its organization as an institution are other aspects that most captive my present myself today. What would you say is your greatest strength? Wow, my greatest strength is the leadership and common and communication skills that I have with people, grasping the reality in which they live and putting myself in their shoes to understand the needs they face and what solutions to build from their lives. I also consider that my respect and empathy allow me to socialize with all those who are willing to work for the good of society. Of course, there was a year where the economy of the country fell dramatically and I was left without a job. I was very distressed because I did not know how I was going to pay my debts and where they could receive me since the experience at the time was very low. In the same way, and thanks to my family, I did not lose motivation. I left my city to the capital and found a job as a part of a political marketing group. Oh, my greatest weakness is that sometimes I cannot control my feelings when I'm with people. Although I am human as researcher and political science, I must try to put these factors outside so that they do not affect my research or fight journal. Besides, it is a bit difficult for me to speak to a large audiences. I feel more comfortable with small groups. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself working with you, being part of your great team and helping each sports committee to achieve the objectives of the National Development Plan. I hope to be part of the Colombian Olympic Committee and to be able to reform recreational and the sport programs to help in the socialization of children and encourage companies and quality of life. Well, Sophia, that is. Do you have any questions? Not for the moment. The page has made my debut very clear. I really appreciate it that you're considering me for the position. Very good. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for coming, Sophia. It's great.